Hey, welcome to another EV Rambling series. I'm actually in a Chevy Malibu Hybrid vehicle. I'm in Victoria to test drive the Chevy Bolt. I'm going to be testing driving one of those later in the day, but I got the opportunity to drive this. So I figured now would be a great chance to just show you the vehicle. This essentially has the same powertrain as the Chevy Volt, the second generation, except instead of a 1.5 liter, it has a 1.8 liter motor. It has a 1.5 kilowatt hour battery, so that kind of provides it very minimal range, but the reviews for this car have been really positive, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it compares to the Chevy Volt in gas mode. So turn it on, power button there. Okay, and immediately it started with the engine running. I imagine we probably need to build up a little bit of a charge. And let's see. Also, I'm going to be going in and out from videos. I'll have a lot of spikes and cuts and stuff with this thing as I try to figure out. This is the first time I've been in this car. I'm just getting used to everything. Seats are all power. Pretty nice, actually. And this is a similar system to what's in the Bolt, right? And the Volt. This
it
entertainment.
Is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gen 2.
Gen 2. Yeah. So let's see. Alright. Park brake. Okay. So I have a drive and an L, just like the Volt. Intermittent, we have a long gap. And the motor is turned off. Map view. You want to turn the 3D view off?
That's right.
That's fine.
Yeah, head up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. Thanks.
I can't stand the 3D.
No, I can't either. I'm good, thank you. Interesting. So just like the Volt, the car turned. Like it basically ran the motor,
yeah,
and then charged up that battery. It feels pretty good. Wow. Actually, I'm kind of surprised. Actually, it feels really good. The car's like even in low is the throttle's really responsive.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're in low mode?
Yeah. Comfy. Visibility's quite good.
Are you from the Vancouver area?
I'm from Victoria.
Victoria?
From Vancouver Island, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bear left after 3 kilometers.
So that's, yeah, I'm not, well, I've come over here every once in a while, but I'm not super familiar with the roads. I have a Chevy Volt and a Nissan Leaf.
Mm-hmm.
I drove my Volt over today. And I think I've convinced a lot of people to buy a second gen Volt.
Yeah.
Off of my videos, and the used first gen now.
I feel that the Volt is a very viable and practical solution.
Absolutely. Yeah. The Volt is probably the ultimate car for most people nowadays.
Yeah.
But this car is definitely, it's bigger, a little bit more luxurious. I mean,
Right.
I wish this, well, I don't know, like right now I can't actually tell if it's battery or it's running
Bear
the engine.
left after 3 kilometers.
I think the engine's
Just
on.
the engine.
Yeah. So this is like really Chevrolet's first like full like real hybrid in a way though. The other ones, a lot of them were like mild hybrids and stuff.
Yeah. Really, it's electric assist.
Yeah. I when I was in California, I rented a Prius C.
Right.
For like I guess I had it for like a week.
Right.
And I was really disappointed with it. It was not. it wasn't good. This yeah, no, this feels like I'm actually driving a Volt for the most part that's in regen mode.
Right.
Okay, so I've been driving the Malibu Hybrid for a little while. I've been on a long climb on the North Shore. We're driving to Squamish, and it's Vancouver, so it's heavy rain. And the car feels really good, really strong. It feels just like a Volt in regen, except there's a bit more power, and that I'm assuming comes from the larger gas motor. There's all kinds of cool little tricks on it, and the display here, it shows you the navigation when it turns coming up, as well as on in here. The car's super comfy. we should have a ton of rain noise right now, but we don't. So it's good. There's road noise, but it's Vancouver, so the roads aren't really bumpy. Yeah, this is a really nice car. I don't know. I don't really have much to say. I guess going on at the downhill, I'm looking forward to seeing how quickly it turns off, what the 1.5 kilowatt battery can do. The battery's made by Hitachi, by the way, which is kind of different from their other EVs, which are using LG technology. I haven't looked in the trunk yet. I basically just got in the car and drove. I've heard that it's the battery, you can kind of see the hump. But yeah, no, this is nice. Good car. Alright, I'm going to take another break, save my batteries for the Chevy Bolt, and I'll be back later. Okay, I'm back. I've been driving the car for quite a bit longer now. So far, still everything's really good. A few differences compared to the Volt though. The L mode is much softer. It's still good, you can feel it, and for the most part, like driving right now, I've been able to just use that pedal. But it's definitely a lot softer, and I assume that's just because the battery is much smaller capacity in the car. What other thoughts do I have? I'm not sure what kind of mileage I have yet. I haven't figured out where to look for that. I'll look at that once we come to a stop. But the whole car, like compared to a Prius C, which I drove in California, I rented one for a week. There's no comparison. This car is just so much nicer to drive, and the engine setup, it feels good. It feels really familiar to what I'm used to, like in my Volt. That's a good thing. It's just seamless. It's really nice. Really good power delivery. Yeah, it's good. Car handles pretty good. You can tell the suspension's definitely softer compared to some of the other cars I've driven. Put it in drive. Just coast a bit. The only thing I can say about this car is it is really hard to tell if you're coasting if the engine's on or off. Like right now, I could feel the motor on, just like if the Volt was in a regen or it was in the gas mode. Okay, yeah. So I gave it a little bit of throttle up that hill, and the motor just came up like I'd expect on the Volt. I'm gonna brake here, and we're going down. I'm assuming the motor's off now. Give a little bit of throttle, still off, and on. It's on again. We are going at higher speed, about 90 kilometers an hour. We have heat on, climate. That's all going to contribute to how the car reacts. I imagine if it was dry out summer, or was going about 50, 60 kilometers an hour down the hill, we'd be a little bit more on electricity. Okay, I'm back. I've been doing this is kind of a big climb, and I have someone kind of in front of me, and the car did great. I took it out of L mode, put it into drive mode. I had to accelerate a bit from about 70 to 90, and yeah, the car felt natural, felt really good. No concerns about power at all, and for the most part, the motor stayed in a pretty low rev mode. Like, it didn't get really high like my first gen Bolt does if it's really thirsty for energy and it has to crank up. Yeah, all in all, felt excellent. It's a good car. Alright, so now we're going down the long hill toward the Squamish. I have the car in L mode. Foot's off the accelerator. The car is dropping a little bit of speed, but not much. It's basically holding around 90 kilometers an hour. But that's all recapturing energy. Showing my average fuel economy is 6 liters per 100 kilometers. So that's pretty good. We've driven about 56 kilometers around this car, and turbo. It's nothing quite like my first gen Bolt. I'm down to about 1.9 liters per 100 kilometer again, but that's just what you get from electric or extra electrification, like having that bigger battery, being able to drive EV for almost every day, and then just using gas for the long trips. This car would probably be best suited if you, let's say you didn't have access to a power on a regular basis. Maybe you lived in, I don't know, in the middle of one of the provinces like Saskatchewan or something, or if you need to do really long trips. And maybe you don't buy into the whole big battery thing, maybe if you're concerned about battery longevity though, which I would have to say is kind of been proven as wrong. My first gen Volt 2011 battery capacity, there's almost been no depreciable loss in EV range. My 2012 Nissan Leaf, it still actually has all 12 bars of capacity from the factory. And there's other people that put hundreds of thousands of kilometers on their EVs, Volts, Leafs, and every other one with no real issue. The biggest issues have been like design-wise with the Leaf, with not having an active cooling system or a liquid cooling system and them cooking themselves. But in regular use, especially in like a climate like British Columbia here, you should be fine. So I don't know if I'm talking myself out of this car and recommending the Volt. I would actually. I probably would say that the Volt, if you can do it, the second generation Volt is the best option. But let's say if you had to regularly move 5 people and you like the idea of like a really capable hybrid with a 1.5 kilowatt hour battery is pretty good for just a regular hybrid, and using the Volt guts underneath with a little bit bigger of a gas motor, this is probably one of the better cars you are going to find. It's, well, compared, like I said, to the Prius C, there is no comparison. This is a much better car. I don't know, it's good. I really like it. I'll make up my mind later in the day, but for now, it's an excellent car. The decision would be whether you could go for the Volt or this. Alright, okay, I'm at my destination. The person that was in the car actually works for Chevrolet or GM Canada, and I was probably making it a little bit awkward with him being in the car here with me. But I'm down to 5.8 liter per 100 kilometer. Drove 68.3 kilometer. This car only has 115 kilometers on it, so it's still really trying to figure out its mileage. The majority of that driving was on the Sea to Sky Highway from northbound to Squamish. So that is big climb, some downs as well. But, 5.8 liters per 100 kilometers, that's pretty good, I guess. When you compare it to like what the Volt can do, or obviously what an EV, like a full EV, like the Bolt B-O-L-T can do, from like a technology perspective, it seems like a waste. But like I'm aware that a lot of people don't want to buy a Volt, or and they're way more comfortable buying a hybrid. This is a really good hybrid, I think. I didn't have the video running for a lot of this because I'm going to be driving the Bolt, the BOLT, later, and so I want to save my batteries and my memory and storage. I don't want to waste it all on the Chevy Malibu hybrid. But it was good, like going over like really rough roads and stuff. Like I kind of realized like this car is super plush, super soft, responsive. Having that one driving, like no transmission or anything, just to drive like a Volt in power regen mode was really nice. So would I buy this car? I wouldn't. No, there's no way I would buy this car. But there's very few cars I would buy. The Volt is one of the cars I would buy. The Bolt is another car I'd buy. I'd buy any other EV. Maybe I'd buy a Prius Prime, maybe. I'd have to drive one first. But that's it. Like, there's really my list of cars I would buy right now is very small. So don't take that with a grain of salt. Like I'm very on it needs to be as electric as possible side. You may not be. If you're not on it needs to be as EV as possible. This is a car you should really consider. You should go test drive, just get a feel for how the Volt drive system works, how seamless it is. Now, something that I've decided to do with cars is I want to quickly see what it's like to maintain them. I want to see if there's anything, if they recommend. This is warranty. I want to find maintenance, because that's all about cost, right? Service and maintenance, $368. Because EVs have significantly lower costs, and the Volt does as well, because the majority of the driving you're doing is on electric. So like on the Volt, oil changes every 2 years or 40,000 kilometers. Let's see what this is. Engine oil. Alright, tire rotation required every 12,000 kilometers. So you check the engine oil at 12,000, and if needed, change oil. Check the coolant, clear windshield, blah 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 blah, etc. etc. Here we go. Maintenance schedule. You probably can't see that, I doubt it. Alright, so it's possible. Change engine oil and filter if needed. So they're not giving me a full. No, okay. You're trained. If the engine oil life system is reset accidentally, service the vehicle within 5,000 kilometers, 3,000 miles, since the last service. Reset the oil life system. So the oil is every 5,000 kilometers, or yeah. So it's just the same as a regular gasoline car. So yeah, and the rest of the maintenance is going to follow with that. This is going to be. You're not going to have any savings in maintenance in this car. So that's just one thing to consider. Like if you were comparing this car to like a Volt. Anyways, I guess with that, I'm going to leave this car. Like that's about all I need to say about the Chevy Malibu Hybrid. It's nice, super soft. I might make a 360-degree video earlier just to give you kind of a sit in the vehicle. Yeah, I'm going to end it with there. Thank you for watching. Check out my other videos. I have a full 360-degree video series, and then I have what I call the EV Rambling series, where I talk about vehicles that have some kind of electrification, usually while I'm in them and driving them. I'm going to be adding a couple new videos. Obviously, the Chevy Bolt is one of them that's coming up. So thanks for watching. See you next time.